Love, it's a word that evokes warmth, connection, and a sense of belonging. We all crave it, yearn for it, and seek it in our relationships. But what happens when love is not freely given? What happens when we find ourselves begging for scraps of affection, hoping to be chosen, to be enough? That's when we need to pause. Real love, genuine connection, should never come at the cost of our dignity. It thrives on respect, mutuality, and a deep understanding that we are worthy of love just as we are. When we beg for love, we diminish our own worth. We send a message that we are incomplete, that we need someone else to fill a void within us. This couldn't be further from the truth. We are all inherently whole and deserving of love. True love will find us when we recognize our own value and refuse to settle for anything less than respect and reciprocity. It's time to shift our focus from seeking external validation to cultivating a deep and unwavering love for ourselves. This is the foundation upon which all healthy relationships are built. Imagine a beautiful garden within you. This garden represents your self-worth, your sense of value and dignity. Now imagine begging for love as a slow poison that seeps into this garden. Each plea, each desperate attempt to earn someone's affection is a drop of poison that wilts the flowers of your self-esteem. Over time, the garden that was once vibrant and alive starts to wither. Our self-talk becomes laced with self-doubt. Why am I not enough? What's wrong with me? These questions become a constant echo, chipping away at our sense of self. The danger of begging for love is that it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more we chase after someone who is hesitant to give us what we deserve, the more we reinforce the belief that we are not worthy of their love. This can lead to a vicious cycle of seeking validation from those who are incapable of providing it, further diminishing our sense of worth. It's essential to break free from this toxic pattern and remember that true love should nourish our souls, not poison them. Love, in its purest form, is an act of giving and receiving. It's about two individuals choosing to share their lives, their vulnerabilities, and their joys with one another. However, when we begin to beg for love, we turn this beautiful dance into a transactional exchange. Affection becomes a bartering chip, something to be earned through constant appeasement and self-sacrifice. This creates an imbalance in the relationship, leaving us feeling emotionally drained and perpetually insecure. The emotional toll of begging for love can be devastating. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and a deep sense of loneliness. We might find ourselves constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to express our needs or set boundaries for fear of pushing the other person away. This can create a toxic dynamic where we are constantly seeking approval and validation, while our own needs and desires take a back seat. It's crucial to remember that we deserve to be loved for who we are, not for what we can do or how we can please someone else. Breaking free from the cycle of seeking validation from others is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. It's about recognizing that our worth comes from within, not from the opinions or actions of others. It's about understanding that we are enough, just as we are, and that we deserve to be loved unconditionally. This might require us to set some difficult boundaries, to walk away from relationships that no longer serve us, and to start prioritizing our own needs. It's about reclaiming our power and choosing to invest in relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and genuine affection. Remember, you are not defined by how someone else treats you. Your worth is inherent, and it's time to start living from that truth. Section 5. Building your foundation. Practical steps towards unshakable confidence. Building unshakable confidence is not about becoming immune to self-doubt or criticism. It's about learning to navigate those feelings with self-compassion and resilience. It's about recognizing that setbacks and challenges are a part of life, and that they don't diminish our worth. Here are a few practical steps you can take to start building your foundation of self-confidence. 1. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a loved one. 2. Challenge negative self-talk. When you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, pause and reframe those thoughts in a more positive and realistic light. 3. Celebrate your accomplishments. Take the time to acknowledge and appreciate your successes, no matter how small they may seem. 4. Surround yourself with supportive people. Cultivate relationships with people who uplift you, encourage you, and believe in your potential. Section 6. The power of setting boundaries for healthy relationships. Learning to say no is one of the most empowering acts of self-love. It's about setting healthy boundaries in our relationships and refusing to compromise our values or well-being to please others. When we say no to what drains us, we create space for what truly nourishes our souls. It's about recognizing that our time, energy, and love are precious resources that should be shared with those who cherish and respect us. Setting boundaries is not about being selfish or pushing people away. It's about honoring our needs and creating a space of mutual respect in our relationships. It's about communicating our limits with clarity and compassion, letting others know what we will and will not tolerate. When we learn to set healthy boundaries, we attract people who respect our limits and appreciate us for who we truly are. Section 7. Shifting the focus from seeking external validation to internal fulfillment. For so long, many of us have been conditioned to seek validation from external sources. We look to others to tell us we are worthy, lovable, and enough. However, true fulfillment comes from within. It's about cultivating a deep sense of self-love and acceptance that is not contingent upon external circumstances or the opinions of others. This shift in focus requires us to connect with our authentic selves, to embrace our imperfections, and to celebrate our unique gifts. It's about recognizing that we are already whole and complete, and that we don't need anyone else to complete us. When we learn to validate ourselves, we free ourselves from the need to seek approval from others. Section 8. Embracing the journey. Self-love as an ongoing process. Self-love is not a destination, it's a journey. It's an ongoing process of learning, growing, and evolving. There will be days when you feel confident and worthy, and there will be days when you struggle with self-doubt and insecurity. The key is to approach yourself with compassion and understanding, recognizing that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. It's about embracing the journey, with all its ups and downs, and committing to showing up for yourself every step of the way. Remember, self-love is not about being perfect, it's about being present. It's about accepting yourself unconditionally, flaws and all, and choosing to nurture your own well-being. Section 9. You are worthy. Recognizing your inherent value. You are worthy. These 3 words hold immense power. They have the ability to shift our perspective, to boost our self-esteem, and to remind us of our inherent value. However, sometimes these words can be difficult to internalize. We might find ourselves questioning our worth, comparing ourselves to others, and focusing on our perceived flaws. It's important to remember that your worth is not determined by your achievements, your possessions, or your relationship status. It's inherent. You are worthy simply because you exist. You are worthy of love, respect, and happiness. Embrace this truth and let it guide your thoughts, actions, and interactions with others. Section 10. The freedom of authenticity. Letting go of the need to please. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is the freedom to be your authentic self. This means letting go of the need to please others, to conform to societal expectations, or to pretend to be someone you're not. It's about embracing your quirks, celebrating your individuality, and expressing yourself without fear of judgment. Authenticity is about living in alignment with your values, passions, and beliefs. It's about showing up in the world as your true self, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. When you embrace your authenticity, you attract people who appreciate you for who you truly are, and you create space for more meaningful and fulfilling relationships. Section 11. Stepping into your power. A life filled with self-love and joy. Imagine a life where you no longer seek validation from others, where you embrace your worthiness wholeheartedly, and where you live in alignment with your authentic self. This is the power of self-love. It's not about becoming self-absorbed or narcissistic. It's about recognizing that your well-being matters. It's about prioritizing your needs, setting healthy boundaries, and creating a life that brings you joy. When you step into your power, you become an unstoppable force. You attract love, abundance, and joy into your life. You inspire others to do the same. Embrace the journey of self-love and watch as your life transforms in beautiful and unexpected ways.